Happy Monday, Dr. Rob Van Bergen here, back with another Monday 10-minute training video. This is the first of our August training videos, I believe. And today we're going to be talking about sciatica or sciatic pain. This is a very uncomfortable, very painful condition that thankfully can be treated fairly easily with microcurrent therapy. Now, I've provided some slides here. I'm just going to pull them up that should give you guys some visual aids, because I know everyone likes their visual aids. Okay, so first and foremost, let's talk a little bit about what sciatica is. You kind of get people talking about sciatica and then sciatic pain, and you've got to wonder, are they the same thing? And they're pretty much the same thing. Sciatica simply refers to pain that travels along the path of the sciatic nerve. This nerve travels from the buttocks and down each leg. Sciatica most often happens when a herniated disc or an overgrowth of bone, so like a bone growth or bone spur, puts pressure on the spine and hits the nerve roots. Symptoms can be kind of mild to sharp to severe in the lower parts of the body. So the back, lower back, the hips, and the buttocks being most common. You can have a sensation of being numb, or what we call pins and needles, in the legs, and you can also experience a burning sensation, which is associated with nerve pain, as well as foot numbness, limping, muscle weakness, or overall lower body weakness. So there's a lot of varying symptoms, but they're all clustered kind of around that different, the area specifically of that nerve, right? Now, we do have a complete and very extensive protocol in Current Medicine 3rd edition. It's located on page 132 for those of you that have a copy and want to look at this protocol. However, today I'm going to focus primarily on the most effective methods for knocking this pain out. This protocol here, the extensive one, you'll see it's got a lot of different steps. So working through all these different steps can take a little bit of time. But if these things I'm going to cover today do not fix your sciatic pain, I would certainly look to these next steps and work on these as well. They're done in order of what's most likely to help. And so you can kind of just follow those along and hit those points as you go. All right, so first and foremost, for the quick sciatic treatment, you're going to want to look at getting rid of the inflammation and the lower back pain itself to take the pressure off the nerve. One of the most effective ways of dealing with this is going to be to do the realignment protocol. Now, this protocol was originally designed for practitioners to put you on a table, line you back up, get you to stand up and have you be fixed. But you can do this on yourself as well. All you need to do is look in front of a mirror, look at yourself, and with your arms down to the sides of your body and your feet together, see if one shoulder looks higher than the other. So you're looking to be a little bit raised on one side. It might be significant, might be very mild, but just scrutinize yourself and look for that shoulder. You're going to complete the complete realignment protocol based on what you see in the mirror. You're going to set the device to 60 hertz. Or assess 60 hertz in the Pinnacle. If you have a Genesis, you're going to want to use 77 hertz for this because you don't have 60 hertz. But if you have an Evolution or Pinnacle, use the 60 hertz program and paint all over the highest shoulder. So what I mean by this is the shoulder that is raised highest. So let me just stop sharing my screen for a second here. So if you look at me here, I actually look fairly straight at the moment. But if one shoulder was higher than the other, like this one here, you can see it's visibly raised up. That would mean that this would be the shoulder I would want to treat. So I would work all over the front, including the collarbone area, and down the side of the arm here, okay? And then you're going to also get the back and the shoulder blade if you can. So the Y probe works best for this. After that, you're going to take the opposite hip to this shoulder, and you're going to do the same thing on the front and back of the hip and the buttocks. So in this case, this shoulder was my highest one, which means that if I drew a line diagonally, this hip is going to be my lowest one, Why? Well, because if this shoulder is higher, it means this hip is higher because the whole side of my body is going to be higher up. So all you need to do is get the highest shoulder, and you'll easily find the lowest hip on the other side. Okay, so let's get back to sharing the screen. So that one's really, really easy to do. The next part is little wings, the protocol you either love or hate, the protocol you maybe struggle to get, but we're going to go through how to do this here on camera. And I will say, and Annie, our lead treatment coordinator, she says this all the time whenever I do little wings on video. It's like, you know, I've been doing this for so long, so often, that my body responds really well to it. But it doesn't mean yours will respond as aggressively as mine does on camera. So what you're going to do is you're going to set your device to 121 hertz. This is usually the go-to for me. I don't program my Pinnacle, and I am using a Pinnacle today. But if you do have a Pinnacle and you would rather have a bit of an easier approach, you can use the AVA mode in there to program roughly 60 hertz with 3-to-1 modulation and some additional damping in there. This allows you to crank the power higher, and for those of you that struggle to get the lift with little wings, it may actually help that work out pretty well. So what you're going to do is you're going to place the electrode behind your ear, and you're going to drag it down to meet your neck. I'll unshare my screen shortly so you can see that. And then with firm pressure, you're going to increase the power on the device until you start to feel the shoulder lifting up, okay? You're going to do 5 flaps on each side of the neck, which is lifts, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the device pulling. This helps to relieve pressure on the spine. And in doing so, it will actually help your hips and reduce that sciatic pain. Let's again stop sharing, and we'll just demonstrate this really quickly. So I place the electrode behind the ear, and then I drag straight down into the neck here, and I put firm pressure where the neck connects to the shoulders. I'm going to hold the plus button down until I feel a pull. And what you're looking for, and let me just adjust my hand for a second here. What you're looking for is a visible lift on that shoulder. I've not got it yet. So you see the shoulder starting to come up a little bit? There we go. And it will drop, and then it will lift. And this is because of the modulation in the mode. So it will drop, and then it's going to lift. It might pull your head a little bit. Okay. So then you're going to do 5 of these. So this is my 5th one. And drop. And then what you're going to do is you're going to repeat it on the opposite side. Now, this can be a little zappy if you've got it high, so I tend to just trace over the area. Ooh, there we go. See, it was kind of messing around there. It's a very crunchy shoulder, this one. Okay, so you're looking to do the same 5 pulls. So this is pull number 3. You need to do them on either side, or you're actually going to mess up your alignment. So you actually want to improve it, not mess it up. Okay, there we go. So that's 5 on each side. That's little wings. Doesn't need to be that dramatic. Even if you see a slight little gentle lift, that's enough to know that you're actually doing that adjustment here as well. All right, so that's step 2 of the quick sciatic treatment. Now, step 3 is probably the simplest thing we can do with microcurrent, which is simply just hit the point of pain directly with an anti-inflammatory program. Whether you're using 350 hertz, SanaSurf 350, or a program like Blue Stimulation, if you have the Genesis, you want to choose something that can be used for painting. And you're going to simply work out active zones for 2 to 5 minutes. You don't want to overdo it. And you're really just looking to get that kind of relief. So in the case of painting here, you're probably going to be painting somewhere on the buttocks or the leg, wherever that highest point of pain is. And you're going to be painting in such a way that you're moving left, right, up, down to work out those active zones. Once you've broken those up, you're actually going to be able to get a lot of relief simply from that inflammation being dispersed. And that in and of itself can often fix any pain issues we have. The other things are all about realigning the body to reduce the frequency of recurring pain down the line. Okay, so that brings us to the end of the quick sciatic treatment portion. I'll cycle back here and just say that if you're looking for a more in-depth sciatic treatment, you're looking beyond a little bit of 10-minute training, then you want to look into Current Medicine, the 3rd edition, page 132. You've got the full protocol, including what we just went through now, on that area as well. And it talks about all these different areas and where to treat them in that book. If you're looking for something a little bit more that goes beyond what we talked about today. So thank you for joining me for today's Monday 10-minute training. Hopefully you found this useful. As always, I'm going to continue to do these little slideshows because I think they make a big difference to people to understand and have that visual aid to grip things instead of just hearing me talk. You can pause it, you can take screenshots, you can rewatch it. You've got all of that information there. So I hope this helps a lot of you out in making this work for you. And I'll see you next week for another Monday 10-minute training. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.